Please help me welcome to the microphone Meghan's brother Bobby.
Thank you all for the very warm welcome. I was also going to hit you with the, if you don't know me, my name is Bobby. But I think by now you probably know me. Before I start, I just want to say a quick thank you to not only everyone for being here and making this happen, but also to the Somleys and my parents and everything they did to make today happen. So thank you. Well, on the topic of my parents, my father and I talked very big game about what men Meghan was and was not allowed to bring along. No matter who they were not manly, strong, or protective enough for Meghan. That was until we met Travis. One day, we were out on our back porch grilling hot dogs and hamburgers, and a hornet popped out of our patio furniture. My father and I made our way inside, started plotting plans how to take out the infestation.
Screaming like girls.
Screaming like girls. We were looking for the raid, something. Travis walked out on the back porch, grabbed the hornet's nest with his bare hand, and crushed it. Just like that. And then he threw it over the railing. In my own house. I was emasculated. But ever since then, Travis has had my seal of approval. Although it may as well be a scratch and sniff. My relationship with Meghan is much longer and more complicated than that. We met back in the 90s. But I'm the last person before you all get to eat, so I'm going to have to ask that you keep it to a minimum. So, with that being said, Meghan and I have had a love-hate relationship since the very beginning. She would be the love, I would be the hate. She would get the cereal off the top shelf for me, too short, and I would take canisters of Axe body spray, tape the trigger down, and throw them into her bedroom and dish her supper. Frag out. Well, one particular night, we were going to Nama's house for the night. Nama, please raise your hand. Thank you. On that particular night, and by the way, if you didn't know, the night at Nama's, Nama Papa's as a kid, was like winning the lottery. Activities, snacks, more activities. You couldn't sit still. No one wouldn't allow it. So, this particular night, it was snowy. And Nama's had the brilliant idea of letting us go sledding down her neighbor's backyard. Here are a few key details about that backyard that Nama failed to mention to us. That backyard was incredibly steep. More vertical than horizontal. Secondly, it was in a forest. There were not a couple trees, there were many trees. Thankfully, Nama, being my grandmother, stood in front of one at the bottom. Just because. Thank you, Nama. With that being said, me and Meghan marched up to the top of the hill, ready to conquer this hill. And she thought I was dumb enough to go first. Boy, was she right. And down that hill I went at ramming speed. Ram I did. Right into the tree, not always hanging in front. Everything tasted like pine needles for a week. Nama went down, Meghan ran over, checked to see if I was okay. And when I finally mustered up a laugh, Meghan peed herself laughing. We had to go home. There was no more sledding. Probably for the best. On a more serious note, though, Meghan's been there not only for my embarrassing and funny stories, but Meghan's also been there for my proudest accomplishments. When I found out that Meghan wasn't going to be able to make my college graduation, I thought there was going to be World War III.
Because I wasn't allowed.
Because she wasn't allowed. This was COVID, people. It was last year, in 22. But nonetheless, she sent me videos of her cheering the entire time from her living room, and it meant the world to me. That's because no one can care like Meghan can care. Through your best, your worst, your proudest, your most embarrassing. Hell, it doesn't matter if you want her there or not, Meghan will be there. But Meghan has this innate ability that I haven't seen in anyone else. And it's finding the best in people, no matter what. But let's take a moment with that. What does it mean to be the best at something? What does it mean to be 1 in 8 billion people in the world? My girlfriend will tell you that I'm the best at getting angry when I drive. I agree. But when I was 10 years old, Meghan would have told you that I was the best at everything I did. At the same time, I would have told you she was the best at nothing she did. But if you take a second and break that down, that tells you everything that you need to know about Meghan. Meghan, I wouldn't trade the memories we've made for a lifetime. Thank you for it. And with that, I can say confidently that I grew up the best sister in the entire world. And finally, guys, I made it without crying. And finally, let's hope to the newlyweds. So if you please join me with raising your glasses. Thank you. May you two have love, health, and wealth. Most importantly, may you have the time to enjoy it all. Thank you guys.
Come on, make some noise in here, make some noise.